So let's talk about what can be seen on a globe Earth. Matthew 4:8. Once more the adversary took him up to the summit of a very high mountain, showed him all the kingdoms of the world in all their glory. Okay, so picture this. I made this nice presentation image. He was up on a high mountain and he was there. This is the viewpoint. And they looked at all the kingdoms of the world. And this is hidden from sight. So how come? Well, as it turns out, this is a lie. The globe is a lie. We are living on a flat earth. Okay? This is a photoshopped image. He couldn't have seen all the kingdoms of the world. But you say, okay, Yahushua is omnipotent because God is omnipotent. He can see everything. Alright, I agree with that. But then, is the devil as well? Is the devil, the adversary, also omnipotent? Can he see everything? Do you agree with that stuff? I mean, how can you make that stuff up? He is not God. So, if he didn't see all the kingdoms, how could have he showed all the kingdoms to Yahushua? I mean, there is something going on. Think about it logically. I don't think that the adversary is omnipotent. And so if you think that he could have shown him all the kingdoms of the world, then you basically believe that the adversary is omnipotent. Maybe you increase his strength into the level that you shouldn't. I mean, I don't know how to tell you this if you can't see it. And this is, of course, a figurative speech. Okay? Well, of course it isn't. I'm going to link this article into the description of the video, and you can see my other article about figurative speech linked into it. So you can read about that. Okay, there's another verse, Daniel 4:11. The tree grew and was strong, and its height reached to the sky, and its height to the end of all the earth. Okay, so this is a tree, and then people from here can see it, but they can't from here, right? I mean, give me a break. This is nonsense. They could see it because the earth is flat. I mean, this is of course figurative speech. We can see that this was a dream, as far as I remember, or a vision or something. We are described a figurative symbol. What Daniel saw, this tree. But even then, Yahweh doesn't make symbols and figurative speech. That makes no sense. It makes no sense on a globe. It makes no sense. But it makes sense on a flat earth, because you could see from the whole earth, from the end of the earth. Third verse, Revelation 1:7. Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, including those who pierced him. All the tribes of the earth will mourn over him, even so, amen. So how can every eye see him when he's coming? Okay, if he's coming somewhere here, then half of the earth won't see it. Half the population probably. Well, not half, because most of the people live there and on the north, but still, lots of people won't see him on the southern hemisphere. It makes no sense, but it makes sense on a flat earth, because they will see him coming. He's coming with all the bright lights and all his majesty and his glory, with all the angels. Then people will see him everywhere from the flat earth, everywhere. So I believe in the scriptures that it is true, and I'm reading something that is true, and if it is true, then it can only happen on a flat earth. Now, if you look at what is hidden from sight, there's an experiment apart from what I talk about in another video about the Chicago skyline, there's this Bedford level experiment, which proves the flat Earth, by the way. This guy, it says, I wrote this Bedford level experiment by Samuel Burley Rowbotham. According to the assumed curvature of the globe Earth, there should be 5.15 meter or 16.90 feet that is hidden from sight of the water when he made this experiment. So what he did, he was having a telescope and he sent the guy with a boat rowing through the canal. So this canal is actually a straight stretch of the Bedford Canal, I lived actually close to this, so I actually experienced something similar. I haven't seen this stretch, but I know what he's talking about. So this stretch is a straight stretch for about 6 miles or so, and then he sent that guy rowing, and he was able to see him with a telescope throughout the whole journey. From Wikipedia, this is a quote. The first investigation was carried out by Samuel Burley Rowbotham in the summer of 1838. He waded into the river and used a telescope held 8 inches 20 centimeters above the water to watch a boat with a 5-foot 1.3 meter mast row slowly away from him. He reported that the vessel remained constantly in his view for the full 6 miles, 9.7 kilometers. Now, according to the theory of the Earth and its curvature, the globe Earth, that should have been already hidden. So he was 20 centimeters above the water, and the target distance was 9.7 kilometers. Here is empirical, okay? And so it should have been hidden 5 meters, 5.1 or 16.9 feet below the horizon, but it wasn't. He was able to see it, okay? So it proves the flat Earth. Rowbotham wrote, the rotundity of the Earth would necessitate the above conditions, but as they cannot be found to exist, the doctrine must be pronounced as only a simple theory, having no foundation, in fact a pure invention of misdirected genius, splendid in his comprehensiveness in bearing upon natural phenomena, but nevertheless mathematical and logical necessitates compels its denunciation absolute falsehood. So he denounced it as an absolute falsehood. The Earth is not a globe, it's not a sphere. Then there was another experiment at the same stretch of the Bedford Canal, and this lady Elizabeth hired a professional photographer, Edgar Clifton, and he was able to see and take pictures of this target that she held just right above the water. I couldn't find these pictures. I'm sure they deleted it off the internet, or if you can find it, please send it to me. Again, these things clearly prove that the Earth is flat. I can show you from scriptures. You can see it from scriptures yourself. Read it for yourself. You can see empirical evidence of the water. Ships don't disappear at the horizon. You can see it in one of my previous videos. You can Google, you can search on YouTube about it. Things don't disappear at the horizon. And Yoshua coming wouldn't make sense on a globe Earth, makes sense on a flat Earth. Study it, learn the truth, and spread it.